What's going on, guys? This is Miyasin, and today I will be showing you probably the most cancer combo that exists in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Well, not right now in the TCG, it exists in the OCG, and it's just a matter of time before we're gonna get this. So for YCS Pasadena, it's already 100% confirmed that this combo will exist, and the reason for that is because the ban list will be no sooner than insert date after YCS Pasadena. Yeah, if you're going to Pasadena, first of all, I'm sorry for you, and second of all, make sure you're ready for this, because if you have no idea how this combo works, you're going to suffer really hard. But before I get to showcasing any of this, make sure you like and subscribe, and now we'll jump right into it. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the combo and also a rough deck profile just so we can have an idea. But basically, this deck is Brave Phantom Knight with Destiny Hero Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. So two extremely powerful engines that have been splashed in approximately 70-ish% of the decks in the OCG, and that is a problem, because even right now, while we have Dragoon, people are actually choosing to play Phoenix Enforcer over Dragoon. Yes, it's literally that insane because Fusion Destiny is an actual good normal spell card to play. But anyways, assuming that you have a hand like this, Rite of Aramesia, Aquamancer of the Sanctuary, Phantom Knight Torn Scales, a lot of the cards are really interchangeable, so you don't really need this specifically to make the combo work. But just assuming that you have a hand like this, look at what you can do. This card is actually really insane. It summons you the Brave token, and it gets you the Journey of Destiny right away. You can actually search a Omni Negate with this card, and this is the reason why the Brave token kind of engine is really overpowered in a lot of decks, especially Prank Kids and Phantom Knights. When you obviously special summon a monster, the Journey of Destiny can search you a Dracobag the Dragon Steed. Well, technically a lot of other equipped spells, but the other ones are not good. Dracobag is the only really good one. And what is really cool here is that you're going to be able to use that card as a discard fodder to search that Wandering Griffin Rider, and exactly like I said, while you control Brave token, it becomes pretty much an interruption on your turn and on your opponent's turn. And obviously when the Dracobag gets sent to the graveyard, you can equip it to the Brave token, and once per turn, not a quick effect, but just soft once per turn, you can target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. It doesn't have to be a monster or a spell trap, can be anything, and it doesn't have to be face up, so it applies a lot of pressure against the back row decks. So this deck is already good against pretty much everyone, but you're going to see it becomes even better and better and better. Anyways, now you special summon the Wandering Griffin Rider, and from there on out, you are 100% safe from Nibiru and pretty much any other hand trap. So if your opponent wants to hurt you, your opponent is going to require more than one hand trap. And obviously if you play Call by the Grave cross out, it just becomes even harder for the opponent. Anyways, normal summon your whatever, Torn Scales or Ancient Cloak, whatever, make Cherubini, and whatever, your opponent goes Nibiru on summon number 5, you just go negate. Even though you did lose your negate, because it's not like Cyber Dragon Infinity that just stays on the field, you have to shuffle it back into the deck. It still works in your favor because you got to negate the Nibiru, and now you know for a fact that the rest of your combo is going to go through. Anyways, now it's time to take advantage of that Cherubini, and of course the Aquamancer of the Sanctuary to search the Rite of Aramesia that you don't really need right now. It's just going to be a discard card, I guess. But yeah, Cherubini send that to Ancient Cloak, and you're going to be searching for the Silent Boots, and that's going to be triggering the effect of Torn Scales. And now you're going to be special summoning the Silent Boots, and the extremely important thing is to not use the effect of Torn Scales now. If you do that, the combo is not gonna work. Yes, trust me, it actually changes absolutely everything. So don't use the effect right away, go for Levier, detach, revive back the Ancient Cloak from the Banished, and then make Rusty Bardiche send the missing piece. In this situation, it would be the Ragged Gloves, so now you have access to pretty much the entire Phantom Knight family, and you have Shade Brigandine, which you can use right away if you have no traps in your graveyard, so why not do that? And now we're going to make Artifact Dagda, just needs 2 monsters with different names, that's it, that's all. And now we are free to pop off with our Phantom Knight monsters. So Silent Boots going to search for that Fogblade, and then Ragged Gloves send either Wings or Fogblade, and of course you're going to be banishing that trap right away to summon the Torn Scales, and now use the effect of Torn Scales. The reason for that, the reason why we didn't want to use it on the first time we summoned Torn Scales is because we would have had to discard the Rite of Aramesia, which isn't what we really want. We want to search the Fogblade so we can discard it, and this is going to be extremely important at playing around our opponent's next top deck, which is Forbidden Droplet. So right now we played around Nibiru, but we can still play around Forbidden Droplet. Torn Scales, send Fogblade. Now you have 2 Fogblades in your graveyard. One of them can actually revive back your Ancient Cloak right away. So these 2 monsters, they get banished when they leave the field, but obviously when you use them as Xyz material for Breaksword, well, they're not gonna get banished anymore. And when you summon it to a zone the Rusty points to, Rusty can destroy any card on the field, even in your own field. So you're going to be destroying your own Breaksword and triggering Artifact Dagda to set Artifact Scythe. And now the Breaksword is going to be reviving back 2 monsters, which is very very important, because not only do we have Breaksword in the graveyard, which allows us to trigger the effect of Rusty Bardiche to destroy a card on the field on the next turn, but on top of that, these monsters, instead of just getting banished, so we go neck 2, they actually go to the graveyard when we link them out for Anaconda. Since they were summoned off of Breaksword, now you make Anaconda, pay 2,000, summon the Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, and you're also going to be using the effect to pop yourself. So 2 monsters. The Anaconda is actually blocking the Rusty Zone, so it's really important to destroy it. And the Phoenix Enforcer is just whatever, it's going to come back later on, but it actually works in our favor that it's not on the field when we're trying to play. Look at why I'm actually saying that. During your opponent's draw phase, very specifically, not just standby phase, draw phase, look at this. You're going to go Fogblade, revive back the Breaksword, and of course, as I said, since since a Dark Xyz monster was summoned to the Rusty Zone, the Rusty will trigger to pop your own Artifact Scythe, and that will be revived back immediately on the field using its effect. It's mandatory. But your opponent has Forbidden Drop, so you're like, oh, no way, I'm going to lose the Forbidden Drop now, and I have, like, no interruptions. No, that is not the case, because on your standby phase, the Phoenix Enforcer comes back. So if you did that on the standby phase when your Phoenix Enforcer was already on the field, your opponent can go Forbidden Drop, send an extra card on the field, and negate the Phoenix Enforcer like on top of that, and then you would actually lose. So it's really important to do that while the Phoenix Enforcer is not on the field yet. And now, even with a negated board and only Phoenix Enforcer on the field, you can go pop your own Artifact Dagda, and when it's popped during the opponent's turn, you get to revive back an artifact monster from your grave. So you summon Scythe again, your opponent is locked, and he cannot play the game whatsoever. So even through Nibiru and Forbidden Drop, a very simple 3-card combo can still Scythe the opponent 100% guaranteed. So this was absolutely disgusting. Now let's show you guys the deck profile. Alright, so for the deck profile, I'm actually going to be covering it really quick. So I'm playing 1 Nibiru, and then, of course, 1 of each of the Destiny Hero monsters that you have to play. 1 Wandering Griffin Rider, 1 Artifact Scythe, and a few more handshaps, so 2 Ash, 1 Ghostbelle, 1 Veiler, triple Imperm. The Imperm, I want to say, I should actually probably change that, and the reason why I'm playing a lot of different handshaps is because I'm trying to cover a lot of ground with Crossout Designator. These ratios are, like I said, they're very interchangeable with other things. It's not really like the non-utility cards or the engine cards that I'm playing, which I think the kind of lineup is the most logical. So 1 Ragged Gloves, 1 Ancient Cloak, triple Turnscale, triple Silent Boots, and triple Aquamancer, triple Rite of Aramesia, 1 Journey of Destiny, 1 Draco back, Reinforcement of the Army, so you can search whichever Phantom Knight, well, whichever good Phantom Knight you don't have in your hand. You never really want to search them. They're obviously way less good than these guys. And Foolish Burial is a pretty interesting card. Either sends you a Phantom Knight so you can keep playing, or the Aquamancer so you can get your Brave Token engine started. And yeah, I mean, like I said, more cards to break your opponent's, well, to prevent your opponent from hand-trapping you to death. So Cross Out, Call by the Grave, Rite of Aramesia for the Wandering Griffin Rider. For the extra deck, I'm playing Phoenix Enforcer, Zeus, Downer, the Breaksword, Levy Air, Burl Sword, really easy to kill your opponent with that, Unicorn with Masquerena, Rusty, Dark, really interesting at stealing your opponent's Phoenix Enforcer, but also obviously other monsters, Artifact Dagda, I already showed the combo, so really nice card, Cherubini, Anaconda, Link Spider, also interesting with the Shade Brigandine, and the El Mirage, which comes up actually sometimes when you play the deck like really long game. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. And for the idea section, I don't really have too much, but Rhapsody and Berserk is pretty interesting because when your Breaksword dies and summons back 2 Phantom Knights from the grave, their levels are increased by 1, so you get to make a rank 4 and then banish 2 cards from your opponent's grave, such as Phoenix Enforcer, Celestial, Ray, Engage, Salamangreat cards, freaking Drytron cards, whatever, the list goes on, you get the point. And then Access Code, I don't know why Cerberus is there, and Talents is an option, I guess, if you want to play that on top of Crossout and Call by the Grave. So that's pretty much it for this insane, degenerate, tier 0 quote-unquote combo. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.